So today we're going to talk a little bit about a new bass drum beater from VicKick. This is called the VKB5. It's the next in our line of VicKick beaters. Obviously what's different about this one is it's a wood shaft bass drum beater, and this is something unlike anything that's really out on the market. To take a quick tour of the beater, what you've got on top is your standard hard felt ball that you're going to find on most bass drum beaters on the market. Following that, we have a large diameter maple shaft. And then at the very bottom is your standard size rod that you'll find that works with any bass drum beater that ends in a maple plug, and that kind of connects into the wood shaft. So this is all one unit, nothing's coming apart here. So why? So if you think about drumsticks, and when you go into the store to shop for a drumstick, how many different options there are. Really, when you're picking out sticks, a lot of it is about feel. Of course, it's also about sound, but what you're really looking for is a pair of sticks that feels natural in your hand. What you ultimately look for when you're shopping for sticks is a stick that you don't have to think about. It just feels right. So why don't we think that way for bass drum beaters? Why do all bass drum beaters just have one big mass of a ball at the top on top of a rod, and it's just like swinging a sledgehammer every time? That's where the concept of the VKB5 comes in. So a little bit of the story behind this beater is we had Peter Erskine up at our factory, just taking a tour, walking around, checking some things out. And he made the observation of watching all the machines cut the drumsticks and how many different tapers there are and different balance points for sticks, and how important that is to drummers that we find a pair of sticks that feels right, that has the right balance, a natural feel. That why don't we ever think that way for bass drum beaters? Why is it a one-size-fits-all sort of approach to bass drum beaters where it's just a ball on top of a rod? And so that kind of became the thought of, let's try some things. So we prototyped a lot of different things with Peter that moved mass from the top of the beater down the shaft in a way that would give you a much more balanced response when you're playing your bass drum. Generally, you're going to feel like you're playing your beater's not playing you. And that's something that I think as drummers we've all kind of gotten used to, because all beaters on the market are really that top-heavy kind of feel. And we've gotten used to our beaters playing us, and we've found ways to manage that. This really brings control back to you. So whether you're playing jazz and you really need to be able to feather the bass drum with a lot of control, or whether you're playing rock, this is something that you really need to check out. It will change your relationship with your bass drum and the way you play. So that's the VKB5 in a nutshell. Again, in addition to this newest model, this is part of a family of VicKick beaters that you should check out if you're looking for something that prioritizes feel. If you're looking for something that gives you a different sound, there's a lot of options in the VicKick beater series, so go check them out.